Coming up on this episode of Outlook TV, Angus takes us for some passion.
I get to go dance at the Scotia Dance Theatre.
And Skylar gets to interview Katya. And much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Chad Matthew.
Outlook TV is the queer news magazine show that brings you all the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
That's right. And our first story is with Angus. Angus is going to take us to Passions, which is happening right now.
We're at Passions 2015, a benefit for the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation. Let's go see what's happening this year.
Passions 12, indeed. And it's a great night for us because the whole community is here supporting us. It means so much to us at the Dr. Peter Centre to see so many people who are part of our Vancouver community coming. What it really says to us is, apart from any money and donations, it says we care about the work of the Dr. Peter Centre and the HIV care it provides. And it's an inspiration actually for the whole year.
Roundup of what it takes to put together an event like this with a committee. Where do you start and where do you end up?
A lot of hard work and dedication. I mainly look after the chefs, rounding up the chefs and the food team. And Michael?
Yeah, so I was helping with things like the venue and the setup, and then some sponsors and that sort of thing. There's a lot that goes on to any of these types of events. This one is known as the best small event in Vancouver every year, and I think it's going to outgrow that title pretty soon because we've got 26 chefs this year.
From where they started to the different venues to here, I love this one. It's airy. It lets the different businesses in the city come out and expose themselves right throughout the room. They have the outdoors, so we're excited about it.
L'amour used to be my old project before when we were together, me and Nathan, and actually it was at the Roundhouse. I did 2 years of L'amour fashion show. It was actually in fashion because I used to work in fashion. And it was a fundraising for Dr. Peter Centre.
What's important too, he also works for WestJet, and WestJet's become one of our big sponsors, giving away a trip for two.
The reasons why we are at the Dr. Peter Centre for the first 10 years really reinforces why we are supporting this incredible organization. But when this little small gala just burst at the seams, it was time to move it to a larger venue. And tonight, as you can see, we have 25 restaurants and chefs, the largest list of culinary talents in the city. And so while everyone's enjoying the incredible tasting plates, they are also digging deep into their wallets, and I feel tonight's going to be another record breaker. Happy anniversary to the Dr. Peter Centre. 12 years to the committee members, to the volunteers, the board, the staff. Well done.
Up next, we've got a story that Chad did. Tell us about it.
Scotiabank Theatre is hosting their first fundraiser that is called Shall We Dance, and it was an absolute blast. Not only was everyone just having a ball, they were having a lot of fun dancing. I know you like to bust a move, but shall we check out what they did?
I'm down here at the Scotiabank Dance Centre where we've got the annual Shall We Dance fundraiser, which is all happening behind me, and so much more is coming up.
Tonight is all about raising money for the Dance Centre so we can support the artists to continue to deliver the art form. So really, this is just a regular part of delivering the programming and all the excellent shows that we put on every year, and support the artists that come and practice their art here.
There's about 6 studios here at the Dance Centre, and the studios are utilized so that dance artists like me, choreographers and dancers, can come and develop their work, produce their work on an hourly to weekly and monthly basis. So it's really a hub for creation, and after the creation they have also the opportunity to be produced in the theater because we have a theater downstairs. So I'm really one of the senior artists that have been prolific creating dance here in Vancouver, and I work also internationally. But this is the home. This is my home, and Vancouver is really thriving, especially for contemporary dance. I think there's some really eclectic and really amazing work that's being produced in this city for dance, and we should be really proud of it.
Dance is the most, I think, the thing we can really break out and be more comfortable with our body, with our identities, and be not worry about it and feel gay and happy.
What advice would you give to anyone who wants to get more involved into dance?
I think they should go out. Now dance is so diverse. Dance is about communicate, brings us together, and is about, how can I say, freedom. It gives you freedom and flexibility to see what life is all about.
Is dance a part of your life?
I'll tell you, when I saw everything tonight, I want a part of my life.
It's been wonderful.
It's been wonderful.
And it's a great service to those individuals who cannot afford to be dancing.
I had a great time. There's so much more. Stick around. I'm Chad Matthew for Outlook TV.
We're going to have to take a little break now.
So I think it's about time for me to run amok in the studio.
Uh-oh. Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And next, Laura is actually taking us to Boldfest.
Don't you dare say anything about me being an older lesbian, or I will hit you with my granny purse.
Who said anything about old?
Mm-hmm. We're here at the Coast Plaza Hotels for Boldfest, bold older lesbians and dykes. Let's go meet some of them.
The women who come here, a lot of them return. A lot of people say it's changed their lives, particularly say maybe older lesbians who don't have a lesbian community to relate to. One thing that we're really proud about in the last 3 years at Boldfest, we've had workshops on intergenerational queer activism from the youth that we've worked with in Quirky, Surrey Youth Group.
Youth for a Change, which is a youth group that I'm a part of, it's an LGBTQ advocacy and activist group, are working together with Quirky right now, which is like the older queer writing and creative collective. So what we've done over the past few months is come together, and we've written writing prompts back and forth, and then we turned it into performance pieces and presented it in Surrey and in Vancouver. So that was really exciting, and that's just a cool way to bring people together and talk about our experiences and share our experiences, which I think is very important for everyone to learn new things. I just presented a speech on being a young queer feminist activist and what that's like today, and telling the elders what it's like to be young in the queer community today.
Today I was sharing the story about this archives called the Archives of Lesbian Oral Testimony, which is at Simon Fraser University. Actually, it's online. So it's a digital archive of oral histories with lesbians, basically, that anybody can go and listen to and enjoy. Well, so far in our collection, most of what's been done are historical projects. So they were interviews with women, usually, over the age of 60. Yeah, although we did recently get a very interesting collection. A woman did something called Bedside Archives. So she was interested in what lesbians had on the side of their bed. And she's an archivist. So she interviewed them. So they were of all ages.
Well, Boldfest is something we've been involved in for several years. Olivia Travel has been sponsoring Bold by contributing a free trip for them to sponsor at their auction and to help raise money for Bold. And this last year, they invited me to come as a speaker. Recently, I've been working with Oprah Winfrey and the own Oprah Winfrey Network social media end, and I've been using photography as a spiritual practice. The key is just be present, and that's what photography is about.
From Boldfest in Vancouver, this is Laura Shaw with Outlook TV.
What do we got coming up next?
Oh, we got something they're really gonna like.
Ooh, fabulous.
BBCM, the Bad Boy Club Montreal, puts on one of the largest and longest running gay parties on the planet. This year they're celebrating their 25th anniversary, and we had a chance to talk to the president and original founder about what they're going to be doing this year. Welcome to the show, Robert. Can you please tell us a little bit about what's being planned this year for 2015?
This year for the 25th anniversary, we have a special theme planned. It's called Red Light District Montreal, and it's a tribute to the famous history of Montreal as a nightlife capital, renowned around the world, with the heydays of the Prohibition and the cabarets of the 50s and so on. So our theme this year, including the shows and entertainment, will be along those lines, and it's going to be a very interesting and exciting theme this year.
Can you please tell us a little bit about the history of Black and Blue and when it all started?
So it all started in 1991 by a group of friends who decided to create an event in Montreal, bringing together their friends from New York, Boston, Ottawa, Toronto. And it was a great success in the first year, even if it was by invitation only. And the theme was, of course, linked to a dress code. So black and blue meant, to wear something black and or blue. And we thought that with the color blue as well, which is the color of the French, it would fit very well with the city of Montreal.
How many people were at your first event? Where was it held?
The first event was held in 1991 with about 600 people. And it was held in a former Bank of Montreal branch that was kind of abandoned. And it was very interesting because it was the first quote-unquote gay party all night that was approved by the police back then. So it was great because we could party all night, but we had the approval of all the authorities. So it was a great night.
How many people attend your events these days?
And the number of people who attend the Black and Blue Festival these days for the past few years is about 25,000 people, with 20 to 30 events spread out throughout the week of the festival, as well as with affiliated events that are part of our programming. And the main event in the past few years has attracted about 3,000 people. This year we have the same target, if not a bit more, at the main event.
This year, the main event for Black and Blue is being held in a brand new venue. Can you tell us about this?
The main event this year will be held at the Pierre Charbonneau Amphitheater in Olympic Park, which is next to the Stadium of Montreal. And it's a fantastic venue. In fact, we've never used this venue before in 25 years, and really it's an ideal venue for us.
What are some of the other events happening at the festival?
Some of the key ones include the Leather Ball, the famous Leather Ball of the Black and Blue, on Friday, October 9th. And we're using a new venue this year for that Leather Ball. It's going to be at Bain Mathieu, which is an old indoor swimming pool that's been converted into a club. So that's very interesting. And then, of course, for the second year in a row, we have the big Saturday night event on October 10, which is going to be the Bears and Friends party, which was sold out last year. And then we have a bunch of other things. We have the, of course, the official recovery party on the Monday after the Black and Blue main event.
Where can people go to find out more?
www.bbcm.org. And the tickets themselves, well, they're available in different boutiques in Montreal, and also via bbcm.org. I mean tickets, individual tickets for the main event, for Bears and Friends, for the Leather Ball, for the recovery party. Those tickets are also available separately. If you need any more information, you can send us an email at information@bbcm.org, or you can call us at 1-514-875-7026, extension 0, and we'll be very pleased to help you. And we welcome all Canadians to come and enjoy Black and Blue 25th anniversary in Montreal this year. It's going to be great.
Well, thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt in Vancouver.
Up next, we're going to take you to the Daily Extra.
Hi, I'm Robin Perel, and I'm the managing editor in Vancouver of dailyextra.com, Canada's gay and lesbian news source. Here's a look at some of the stories we've been following in the last few weeks. Daily Extra made international headlines in September after British actor Tom Hardy objected to our question about sexuality and refused to answer it. Hardy was at a press conference promoting his new film Legend at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival. Unlike other actors at TIFF, like Ellen Page and Susan Sarandon, who both welcomed the chance to talk about sexuality on and off screen, Hardy bristled at the question and shut it down. Here's what our reporter asked Hardy.
In the film, your character Ronnie is very open about his sexuality, but given interviews you've done in the past, your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about?
I was referring to an interview given to Attitude magazine a few years ago.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why? Thank you.
4 days after shutting down Daily Extra's question at TIFF, Hardy said publicly that Daily Extra does an admirable job covering an important issue. What he had to talk about was actually interesting, Hardy said, but how he did it was so inelegant. For more on Tom Hardy's elegant behavior and all our TIFF coverage, go to dailyextra.com. In other news, Trinity Western University was back in court in late August, this time suing the BC Law Society. The Christian university wants to open a law school in Langley, BC, outside of Vancouver. But many lawyers across Canada have objected. They say a school that discriminates against gay relationships shouldn't be teaching anyone the law. A lawyer for Trinity Western told the court that the BC Law Society should stick to regulating academics, not morals. Outside the court, the director of Trinity Western's proposed law school said Christian students should be allowed to learn together. In Canada, people of faith have freedom of religion and freedom of association, he said. The judge has not yet released his decision. For more on this story and our complete coverage of Trinity Western's proposed law school, go to dailyextra.com. Speaking of religion, the United Church of Canada approved a historic apology to LGBT people and elected its first openly lesbian moderator at its General Council in August. Members elected Jordan Cantwell to succeed the church's first openly gay moderator, Gary Patterson, whose term ended in August after 3 years. Cantwell was one of 4 openly gay or lesbian candidates among 12 hopefuls running for the United Church of Canada's top position. The church says its apology to the LGBT community will be a 3-year process of dialogue, storytelling, education, and reconciliation. Cantwell describes it as a process of acknowledgement, repentance of, and apology to LGBTQ people for the history of exclusion and the hurt that does exist. Back in Vancouver, Daily Extra hosted a candidates debate for the upcoming federal election. We invited the 4 front-runner candidates from Vancouver's traditionally gay neighborhood, Vancouver Centre, to attend. More than 100 people turned out in person, and hundreds more watched online as the candidates debated some of the most important issues facing the LGBT community this election. For more on the questions the candidates faced and how they responded, go to dailyextra.com. This is Robin Perel from Daily Extra in Vancouver for OutlookTV.
We're going to have to take a little break now.
Yeah, I think I need a nap. It's been a big day. Love me.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And we're going to cross to Saskatoon, where you're going to see the Diva Awards. And let me say, these women are fierce.
I'm standing here outside Diva's nightclub in Saskatoon, where we're about to watch the first annual Diva Awards. I'll be chatting with our fab hostess, Kiki Rockette, as well as some very talented and deserving nominees. And of course, watching the best drag numbers.
Our nominees for Biggest Bar Star, Dustin Norris.
I've had this idea for like a really long time, doing an award show, and it just felt like it was going to be so much work for a really long time, because it takes a lot of work to get all the nominees into a room, get presenters for each award. But for Diva's anniversary weekend, we were just like, let's make it happen, and we did, and it was packed in there, and I think that we had a really good night.
To
be up there and nominated with some amazing activists who are here in the community, that being Garnet Wallistruck, we have Danny Papadopoulos and Darren Hill. All of them have been doing amazing work for longer than sometimes I've been alive. And to be in this category is absolutely humbling.
Baby, we can shake, shake, shake.
I'm not just hoping that drag queens will be more comfortable or trans people will be more comfortable. I'm just hoping in general that part of my legacy and part of the legacy of all these wonderful individuals that are doing the drag is that individuals will feel like they can wear whatever they want at whatever time and not be judged, and they only be judged on the merit and of the person and their abilities, not on what they look like or how they express themselves.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who voted for me. Stereotypical does sound.
What would you say to someone who is just discovering who they are?
Honestly, when like you're young and you're in the mix, like you don't know what you are, just be yourself. There are other people just like you. Like if people aren't gonna accept you for who you are, they aren't really your friend. That's like my biggest piece of advice.
And I'm honored to be a nominee with the other hot daddies.
Well, for me, it's giving Kelly Faber the Lifetime Achievement Award, because she was the owner of Divas for over 30 years. Like, literally over 30 years. Like, she paved the way for everybody, so.
Patty Hales, OutlookTV, Saskatoon.
Well, Skylar has all the luck for this episode. He gets to interview Katia.
Yes, and she was absolutely fierce. Now, I remember what you told me.
What did I tell you?
Don't.
Oh.
RuPaul's Drag Race and a little bit of Russia comes to Vancouver tonight, featuring Katia from season 7. She's here tonight at XYYVR. I love her and I love this bar. It's a perfect venue for her to do a show tonight. Let's check it out.
I don't know. Someday you're gonna die, bro. Then where are you gonna go? Hey, I'm not talking some punk junk that's irrelevant like Grandma's church from way back when.
Imagine that you're in a Soviet breadline and life is really hard. Okay. Life is really hard, okay?
I'm there.
But you get at the front of the line and you open your little sack and you say, you know, and they put some bread in. When you get home and it's like it's like a pot of gold in your bread thing. So that's what you got here.
Oh my god.
Your meat sack, because it's
meat sack. I didn't think you could see it. Oh.
No, you have to be. Listen to me. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
You need to be grateful for this wonderful body you have.
Thank you. So ravioli has hit the charts quite rapidly, and
burning it up the UK dance charts.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere between 73 and 72 right now on the Hot 100.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Hot 100 of my imagination, because it's not an actual song.
It's I kind of use it as my mantra. When like some people go to bed, they count sheep, or they have like the kids have the crib wheel. I watch ravioli.
Yeah.
It just it puts me like in this trance.
Yeah, they like little raviolis jumping over the fence.
Yeah.
Well, because it's actually everything that I do is a metaphor. There's a philosophical underpinning. I'm not trying to be pretentious, but there is a philosophical underpinning. You can go as deep as you want to. I'm going to talk to the camera.
That's what he said. Let's do a split together. Maybe you can show me. Can you do one? Can you do one? Are you in the right outfit to do one?
I could do one.
Okay.
You want me to do one right now?
Yeah, I want to join you.
Okay. So it's all, the back leg is really important. So if you're leading with your right, you got to stretch the hip flex on your left.
Wait, hold on. How do I do this?
So
no, I'm actually gonna lead with my.
You're gonna lead with your left.
Lead with my left.
So
yes.
let's stretch this first.
Okay. Let's stretch.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Way.
Other one. Oh,
yeah.
My other right.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Like that.
Ooh, that feels good. Ooh.
All right. Let's
go
for it.
Okay.
So don't tear anything.
Okay.
So
if I start tearing, my safety word is banana.
Banana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Almost got there. I'm almost there. That's good.
That is all the time we have for this second September edition of Outlook TV.
And let me just say, it has been a pleasure to share your...
My hosting pedestal?
Yes.
It is lovely here. You should come and join us. Be a volunteer for us. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Chad Matthew.
Stay fabulous, Canada.